Now, with your election authority today, Illinoisans have a chance to head to the polls to begin early voting for this year's primary election. Our Dylan Valencia is live at the Winnebago County Clerk's office to help us prepare for what we can expect this time around. Dylan, good morning.
Manny, good morning. Well, it's very important to come out and vote and have your voice heard. And today is the start of early voting, but don't worry, you have all the way up until March 19th. Now, I spoke to election officials and city officials on why voting in this primary election is so important and also how it could potentially impact your wallet.
We've had a lot of races in Winnebago County over the last several years, and the outcome is often determined by a very small margin. So every vote is important, and it really matters.
Early voting is here in a unique election year where candidates like Donald Trump are in talks at the state level to be removed from ballots. How would something like that affect the printing process?
We've had objections, before in Winnebago County, and we still continue to print the ballots because we still have our deadlines. We have our requirements.
If a candidate is removed from a ballot after a vote has been cast, that vote would not be counted.
Now, some people who, want to vote on the very first day, early voting, they might take a chance on that.
Locally, primary elections have a large impact, which is why it's crucial for voters to vote.
Historical information from the previous presidential year. In the primary, not as many people came out and cast their votes. Now, on this ballot, in certain areas, especially in South Beloit, we have a referendum question, and a lot of times that's a financial impact upon those voters.
A referendum question that impacts sales tax in South Beloit that could raise their sales tax from 1% to 2% over the next 5 years.
To designate strictly to roads. The request from the Citizens for Better Roads for South Beloit is that it doesn't go towards sidewalks. It doesn't go towards any other item in our general fund. It would 100% be committed for roads.
Right now, $1.39 million goes to road infrastructure, with an added sales tax potentially adding $1 million to support roads.
So as motor fuel tax goes down, our problem with roads in South Beloit is going to continue to go up.
If not passed, funds will have to be reallocated from other projects. Taking a logistic look at early voting, you can still request a mail-in ballot up until March 14th.
And then basically your drop box could be your mailbox. As long as you get a stamp on it and it is postmarked March 19th, we will be able to count that ballot.
With talks of voting integrity, some people might have concern with the voting process.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of people question is the security, integrity of the election process. And my staff and I, we go to great lengths to make sure that every vote is counted and that people can rest assured that their vote will be secured during this election. We fought for the rights to be able to vote in the United States. Let's not take this lightly. Get out and cast your vote.
Very important to get out and cast your vote. And actually, if you have yet to register to vote, don't worry, you still have time. But if you do register to vote after February 21st, when that happens, you must cast your vote for the primary election right after you register. And again, as far as mail-in ballots, I was speaking to the election authority. They shared that this week alone, there are 5,000 mail-in ballots going out to mailboxes across Winnebago County. And again, you have up until March 14th to request that mail-in ballot. Now, if you do request one and you change your mind, you want to vote in person, you must surrender that mail-in ballot. Also, something to keep in mind is this year, a lot of your polling locations are changing on your registration cards. So make sure to double check your registration cards to make sure you're set up for success to vote. We have more information on our website, WREX.com. For now in Rockford, I'm Dylan Valencia with 13 WREX.